Have you ever woken up at 3 a.m. with a knot in your stomach? You're lying in bed, listening to the neighbor's TV through the wall. You realize you've paid $80,000 in rent over the last 5 years, and you have nothing. Just a stack of receipts and a carpet that smells like someone else's life. You feel like a ghost in your own home. You want the American dream. You want to buy a house. But the closer you look at the door, the further away the handle seems to move. It's a quiet, heavy despair. It's the feeling of running on a treadmill that's slowly tilting upward. Everyone tells you it's the smart move. Your parents, the commercials, the bank. But there is a secret they don't mention at the open house. The system isn't designed to give you a home. It's designed to harvest your labor for 30 years. There is a hidden mechanism, a series of invisible locks that determines who gets to stay in the cave and who has to keep wandering in the cold. You think you're buying a piece of land, but you're actually buying a ticket into a game where the rules are written in a language you were never taught. Primal logic. A house is just a permanent cave. To get it, you must give the great bank a pile of seeds and a blood promise. First, you need the seeds. In the US, we call this the down payment. Imagine you want a cave that costs $400,000. The great bank usually wants you to bring 20% of those seeds up front. That's $80,000. Ari looks at his small pile of berries. It's not enough. He feels the physical weight of the gap. It's the feeling of skipping dinners and driving a car with a check engine light just to save a few more seeds. You feel the grit of the berries under your fingernails. You work 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, and the pile barely grows. But seeds aren't enough. You need the trust mark, the credit score. This is a magical number that tells the great bank if you are a good primate. It's based on how well you returned berries you borrowed in the past. If you forgot to return a few berries to the credit card tribe 5 years ago, your mark is scarred. You feel the shame of that old mistake. The bank looks at the mark, not at your face. Without a high mark, the door stays locked no matter how hard you work. Then comes the blood promise, the mortgage. You borrow the rest of the seeds from the bank. In exchange, you promise to give them a portion of your hunting spoils every single month for 30 years. If you stop, they take the cave. You feel the phantom weight of a chain around your ankle. 30 years is 10,000 sunrises. It's your entire prime hunting age. You're trading your future time for a roof today. Ari had a simple desire. Ari wanted a bigger cave to protect the family from the snow. He dreamed of a yard where his children could run without hitting a fence. He imagined the smell of a Thanksgiving turkey in a kitchen that belonged to him. He could almost feel the warmth of the sun hitting the porch on a Sunday morning. He thought, if I just work harder, if I just save more berries, I will be safe. He felt optimistic. He felt like he was finally becoming a real American. But then the reality check hit like a falling boulder. Ari found a house. He had his seeds, but the great bank pointed to closing costs. Suddenly, Ari needed another $12,000 for taxes, title fees, and insurance. These are berries that just disappear into the air. They don't buy the house, they just pay the people who watch you buy the house. Then, the bank looked at Ari's debt to income. They saw his student loans and his car payment. They told Ari his burden was too heavy. The dream didn't just crumble, it felt like it was being stolen by people in expensive shoes. So what? Why does this matter? It matters because for the average American, that extra berry isn't just a number. It's an extra hour you dread at work. It's the dinner you skip to make sure the mortgage clears. Think about a couple in Ohio. They saved for 6 years, living in a cramped studio, dreaming of a nursery. But every time they got close to the down payment, the price of the permanent cave jumped by $20,000. They're chasing a horizon that's running away from them. Or think about the single mom in Florida. She pays $2,200 in rent, more than a mortgage payment. But because her trust mark is 620, the bank says she can't afford an $1,800 mortgage. She is trapped in a cycle of paying for someone else's equity while her own children sleep in a room with peeling paint. It's the anxiety that clutches at your chest every time the mail brings a white envelope. It's the physical ache of knowing you are building someone else's empire. And here is the sudden twist, the reveal that makes your blood run cold. You think that when you pay your monthly blood promise, you are buying your house bit by bit. You aren't, not at first. For the first 10 years of a 30-year mortgage, almost every single berry you give the bank goes towards interest. The bank takes their profit first. You're basically renting from the bank for a decade, except you're also responsible for fixing the leaky roof. You don't actually own the walls, you just own the debt. The system doesn't want you to own the cave. It wants you to stay in the interest phase as long as possible. They want you to move every 7 years so they can reset the clock and take the profit all over again. So, do you still want the dream? Knowledge is the only way to break the gears. You have to look for the FHA loopholes, the ways to enter the cave with fewer seeds. You have to guard your trust mark like a sacred fire. But more importantly, you have to realize that a home is not just an investment or a market asset. It is your sanctuary. If you go in expecting to get rich, the system will eat you. Go in because you need a place to stand. The burden of knowledge is heavy, but it's the only thing that keeps you from being a nomad forever. The American dream isn't a gift, it's a trade. Make sure you know exactly what you're giving up before you sign the blood promise. Stay curious. Watch the berries.